Hi everyone, my name's Hannah and welcome back to Therapy Tip Tuesday. I'm here to talk to you guys about another fun therapy tip that you guys can practice at home. Today I'm going to be talking about barrier games or barrier tasks, and these are really easy and really fun, and they're similar to a game, so your child won't even know that you're working on speech and language goals. So basically it's a game that involves putting some sort of physical barrier between you and the player while you try and duplicate the other player's scene using verbal instructions. So to do this, you place some sort of barrier between the two players so that neither one of the players can see the scene. You can do this using a file folder and put pictures on it, a box, an easel, or some other type of barrier. Each player will have an identical set of materials and background scenes. So you can print whatever background scene you want based on the vocabulary that you're targeting. So I'm going to show you a park scene today, but you can do this with an ocean scene, with maybe a kitchen if you want to target objects in the home or food. And then when the game starts, one player is going to place an item or object in their scene and give specific and detailed verbal instructions to the other player about where they're placing that object and how they are placing it. The opposite player is going to turn on their listening ears and listen very, very carefully and attempts to place the same object in the exact same spot on their side of the barrier, using only the verbal instructions they were given. They're also allowed to ask questions for clarification, so they can ask for them to repeat, or they can say, can you say that part again? Or maybe ask for definitions of certain words they're using. Then you guys are going to keep repeating the steps until all the objects are placed. Then at the end of the game, you remove the barriers of the scene and you compare the scenes of the two players and check to see how similar they look. The goal is to have them be as similar as possible. So these barrier games, as you may have guessed, can be used to target so many language goals, both expressive and receptive speech. So it targets following directions, and you can make the directions as simple or as complex as you choose. It involves listening and paying attention carefully, giving very clear and specific instructions, turn taking, vocabulary. So like I said before, if you're going to use an ocean scene, you're going to be targeting more ocean animals. If you're using a farm scene, you're going to be targeting farm animals. If you're using a kitchen scene, you can be targeting objects in the home or food. You're also going to be targeting different parts of speech, such as prepositions. So in the instructions, you're probably going to use words like on, under, above, beside, and next to. Like I said, you'll be targeting both expressive and receptive language, comprehension, maybe some adjectives, asking questions for clarification, and working on what to do if there's a communication breakdown, and speaking in full sentences. So I am going to show you an example of a barrier task. So here I have a magnet picture scene, but like I said, you don't have to have a full magnet board. You can just print out picture scenes and then put an easel between, and you can even draw if you don't have little magnets like I have. So I have one picture scene here, and then on the other side I have the very exact same picture scene. So if I were to place it on the table, the side that's facing me would be my board, and the side that you're looking at would be the other player's board that I'm playing with. So I'm going to give you guys, let me just get my magnets, some examples of instructions that you can give. And I will place my magnets on my side of the board and then show you it when I'm done. So remember to listen carefully, and maybe you can see if you can try and remember my instructions at the end to see if I got my board right. So the first picture I have is apples. So an instruction for this is put the apples in the basket. So it's a relatively simple instruction, and that's working on the preposition in. Then I have a bunny. So an instruction for this can be put the bunny on the hiking trail. So this is a little more specific because the person you're playing with is going to have to find the hiking trail here. Then I have some carrots. So my instruction for this would be put the carrots in front of the bunny. So there, again, I'm getting a little more complex, just instead of just saying next to or by, I'm saying in front of. So you have to know what that instruction means in order to get the task correct. I have a little flag, so my instruction for this is put the flag in the boy's hand, which again is a pretty easy one. And then my last one is a little more complex. I have this squirrel, and I'm going to say, put the squirrel on the grass next to the girl. So I have to know that I'm going on the grass and I'm going next to the girl. And now for this one, I didn't say in front of or behind, so when comparing picture scenes with the person I'm playing with, we might have a little bit of a difference there, but we can say that next to doesn't really give that instruction of in front or behind. So here is my finished picture scene. I have all the things I said. So we talked about putting the apple in the basket, the squirrel on the grass next to the girl, the bunny's on the hiking trail with the carrots in front of her, and the flag is in the boy's hand. So I would, if I was playing with somebody else, look at both of our picture scenes and compare them to see if we had the same objects in the same place. So like I said, this is really, really fun. You can get a little silly with it. You know, I could have put the squirrel in the water, and we could have said, oh, you know, the squirrel doesn't swim, but that's where you want to put it. So that's what you have to do, and you have to follow the instructions. So this is a really fun task, and working on so many different things, and you can make it as simple or as complex as you'd like, and you can do it with any type of picture scene or any type of picture, so you can choose something that your child is really, really motivated by. So I hope you enjoyed this therapy game to play at home, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!